leads perfectly into my next question, because as I was reading this, it dawned on me that he's actually using AI as a vehicle to force humanity to confront theological questions that perhaps we've been avoiding since the Enlightenment. In other words, AI isn't just a technological revolution, it could be a spiritual one too.
It is definitely the Holy Father forcing us to confront philosophical and theological realities. And every now and then, technologies come along that do this, right? One of those technologies, for example, that came along that did this was in terms of biomedicine, the invention of artificial contraception. Now, in that case, the world, by and large, ignored the warnings of the church, right? But if you read Paul VI, he predicted a lot of things that ended up happening as a result of this technology. Another technology, nuclear technology, right? The advent of the atomic age really forced the world. And that's an example where, because it was so destructive and because the World War II generation really understood war and its destructive capacity, the world did listen to the church and the brighter minds of humanity in terms of restraining nuclear technology to be put at our service and not to master us. That would be the most recent example. And AI is the next one, and perhaps the largest, the biggest concern that we've had in a long time.
Father, if AI eventually cures diseases and eliminates poverty and writes symphonies and discovers new physics and solves problems beyond human capability, but in the process people become less needed, could we call that progress? It doesn't seem to me like we could, but is that progress or is that tragedy?